I think my question here that I'm kind of trying to figure out is I kind of want to figure out how to figure out what you're supposed to be doing. I was doing this mural a couple of days ago. I was talking to this guy who told me that he had gone to culinary school for 4 years. So I'm like, okay, that's a huge chunk of time and probably money. So he goes to the culinary school. The next step after the culinary school would be, all of these fancy restaurants. And, he worked in some of the fanciest restaurants, if not the fanciest restaurant in Seattle. He said he just tried every restaurant and he didn't like it. And then he eventually had to admit to himself that, this isn't for me. And a part of me is just like, oh my gosh, was there a way to avoid that? Like, were there some red flags that he could have seen? I guess I have a fear of wasting your time. Maybe he doesn't think it's wasting his time. Maybe he thinks that it was a valid experience. The reason he actually quit the restaurants, it was because he just said he never felt appreciated. He was always putting his heart and soul into a dish. Then some sweaty person comes in and yells at him, and then he just has to keep making the next dish. And how could he have known that he wasn't going to feel appreciated when he was in culinary school? He couldn't have known that. They were probably telling him that he's going to go just live the dream. That story just freaks me out because he had this identity as a chef. For 4 years he had an identity of somebody studying to be a top chef. And for the next 5 years, he had an identity as a top chef. What if you don't like that identity? What if you don't like your day? What if you don't like your life? And maybe the issue is that you put your identity into your accomplishments and what you're doing. Maybe that was your mistake in the first place.
Some people go to church just to signify, trying to make a date with a neighbor's wife. Brother, let me tell you, just as sure as you're born, you better leave